Hey guys, welcome to our restorative fascia release for today. This is recorded during the week that we are working on our 1 rep max push press, which earlier this week we also really taxed our posterior chain. So back of the legs, all of those big muscle groups. So we're going to be working on that today. If you have pillows, blankets, a strap, or some sort of something that can extend your reach, it could be a scarf, it could be a belt, it could be a dog leash, whatever you've got, go ahead and grab that and we will get started. I also put the playlists in the chat, and if you're watching the recording, if you want them, just reach out to me. But if you have the playlist ready and up, you can start it now. And we will start first. If you have yoga blocks or a pillow or something, we're actually going to come into a restorative yoga squat. And so I'm going to have you basically stack a couple ways you could do this. You can sit on a pillow like so. You could stack yoga blocks and sit on them like this. You don't have to have anything at all. You can actually just squat. But if you want additional support, then I recommend having it. From the profile, it looks like this. So we're in this little yoga squat. However high you want to stack your pillows or blankets and stuff, you can. Once you get into that initial pose, you're going to allow your arms to just dangle wherever they go. Maybe they dangle a little bit further past your feet, and then let your head kind of just fall down with the chin towards the chest. And then just let yourself settle in to this pose and breathe deeply here. This is going to lengthen along the spine, so along the back of the neck, into the back, the low back. You may feel this in your hips, in your pelvic floor. Just breathe into it and let it be. Give yourself a few more moments here to kind of like fidget and wiggle around, and then I invite you to find stillness in your pose. You may notice that your body starts to melt into it a little bit more, and that's all right. And if it does, just adjust a little bit and then let yourself keep melting a little bit further down. That spine is, you might feel like it's lengthening. You might feel some things starting to release, or you might start to feel other sensations. Just notice those feelings. Notice the thoughts that are going through the mind, and then return your attention to your breath. During this practice, we are inviting relaxation. It may not initially come. You may be like, what are you talking about? I can't stand sitting in this pose for so long because I'm thinking about a million things. And that's okay. Just come back to your breath. And when we start to feel anxious, we also start to tense in other places. So notice if you're furrowing your brow or clenching your jaw, and then take a deep breath and release those tight spots that you're holding on to. We'll take 2 to 3 more breaths in this pose. And then start to plant your hands on the floor if you can reach the floor. Just start to guide yourself back up. You can put your hands on your thighs, stacking your spine one vertebrae at a time, coming into a tall seat. Once you're there, just let yourself lengthen the legs out in front of you. You can take that pillow or blocks out from underneath you if you have them. Bounce out your legs, reach your hands behind you, open up through your chest, through your neck, gaze up. And then take a moment to plant your feet as you bend the knees and windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Taking notice of all of the sensations that you're feeling. Maybe pausing and holding it for a breath on one side and then switching. And now we're going to transition to a supported butterfly. So in order to do this, we're going to be reclined in a reclining position. So a couple ways you can do that with what you have at home. You can take some pillows, stack them behind you. And what we're looking for is just a way for you to lay back on pillows. If you have a yoga bolster and you have blocks, you can actually make that recline a little bit higher by stacking a block underneath it. So it's up to you how high you want to sit. Once you find the variation, the support that you want to have, you can then bring the soles of your feet together, creating a diamond shape with your legs, and then guide yourself back onto your support. Now, it's really important that you notice how your low back feels here. If you feel any sort of tension or pain in your low back, that means you probably need to stack yourself higher because we don't want to add any additional strain. We're not trying to go into a back bend here. We're just trying to give ourselves a little bit of a recline and opening up through the legs so that we can start this hip opening posture. Once you have your position, let your hands just fall down by the sides, opening up through your chest. You can close the eyes if that feels okay, or you can just find a spot to stare at with a softened gaze. And breathe. I also want to make sure that your head is not falling back further than the rest of your body. So make sure that your head is also supported so you have a nice support from the head down the spine, keeping a nice straight line with your body here. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes for the fascia, the connective tissue, to start to let go. And that's when you start to notice the body feeling like, oh, it's starting to kind of melt a little bit more into what you're holding. Once you get there, just let yourself continue to breathe deeply. This is when the mind starts to be like, oh, are we done yet? So I encourage you and I invite you to come back to your breath and tell yourself that you're safe, that you're good. It's okay. The only time that we need to move or kind of shift is if you're feeling any pain, if you're feeling any tingling. But if it's really just you're at your edge and you're kind of uncomfortable, come back to your breath. You'll be okay. Let's take one more breath in this pose. And then start to guide yourself back up to a seat. So bringing your chin to your chest and pressing into your hands, rolling up and stacking the vertebrae. And once you're back in your seat, plant your feet, guide your knees back to the center, and windshield wipe your legs again. All right, so I'm going to turn towards you so that you can see what I'm doing. So your pillow or blanket or whatever that you have there is going to stay there. You're going to have your knees in this 90-90 that I'm doing here. So easy way to get there is when you're windshield wiping, you let your knees just fall over, and my knees are over to the right. And I have the pillow up against my knees are over to the left, and my pillow is up against my left side. And so I've got this 90-90 with my knees. Now, you might want to bend yours a little bit closer in. It's just up to you. Again, no pain in this pose. So that really just it depends on your body and how you're feeling. If you're able to get it to this exact 90-90, great. If not, that's okay too. And then your outer leg can go out as far as you want it to, maybe a little bit further back. It's up to you. Once you have your leg position, inhale, make yourself really tall. And as you exhale, twist over towards your pillow that you have next to you and start to walk your hands down on that pillow. Lay your torso on top of it. Maybe your belly is touching it. Maybe you're on your side. It just depends on your mobility and flexibility here. We're not looking to make yourself look super pretzely or anything. It's really starting to feel what we want to feel is a sensation of lengthening through the opposite side of your body. So I'm on my left side and I'm feeling it on the right side of my body. Once you're lying down on it, you can put whichever cheek you want on the pillow. Depends if you have the ability to twist your neck all the way or your chin can lie there. And last thing is that farthest leg. If you want to deepen into the hip flexor a little more, you're going to heel toe that foot back behind you a little bit more, feeling that lengthening all the way alongside into the hip flexor, into the glute, or into the quadricep. And then let yourself breathe. If anything starts to cramp, just back out of it. Maybe don't take the twist as far as you're taking it. That's just a signal. Our bodies are really wise and they are always talking to us. So I invite you to listen to what your body is asking of you today. And only go to your edge. It looks different for every person. Once you're here, come back to your breath. Soften your face. Melt into the floor. Continue to breathe, letting yourself just be. And we'll take 2 more breaths. And then start to walk your hands in as you peel yourself up off of the pillow or blanket or whatever you have there. Coming back to your tall seat. And then twisting yourself over towards your legs so you can windshield wipe them from side to side. Now we're going to do this on the other side. You have the option to just keep your pillow on that side and just flip yourself. But because I want to continue facing you guys, I'm going to move my pillow. You can do the same thing. So I'm going to move it to the other side. And then this time, my legs were flipped over towards the left. Now they're going to flop over towards the right. I'm going to take that 90-90. Each side feels different. Every day feels different. Just notice how you're feeling here. You're probably also feeling sensations from the other side that you just did. Once you have your legs positioned, inhale, make yourself really tall. Exhale, twist over towards the pillow. And then start to walk your hands down onto your support. This side may be less flexible or more flexible than the other side. Just notice that. Maybe you're lying on your side. Maybe you're able to get your whole chest on your pillow. Maybe you can twist your head all the way to the other side, or maybe you're just your chin or your opposite cheek. Just find the shape that works for you. And then last thing is that leg that is furthest from you. If you want to really get into that hip flexor, you're going to heel toe that foot towards the back of your body, really opening up through the front of the leg, the hip flexor, the quad. And then let yourself breathe and melt into your support beneath you. The arms can just be wherever they land. And then once again, if you feel any sort of tingling or pain as you are in this pose, just back out of it. Just a gentle reminder that you're just going to your edge on this side, which may look different than the other side, and that's okay. We're signaling to the body that we are safe and we're here to release and let go. And then come back to your breath. Breathe into those spaces that you might be holding on to and let them go. Let's take about 3 more breaths on this side. Make them deep. And then start to guide your hands right underneath you, pressing yourself up slowly back into a seat. Untwisting the spine, turning towards your feet. And then windshield wiping your legs once you are back on your seat. Slowly going side to side. Maybe even giving yourself some taps on your glutes and your quads. Feeling all the feels from this week and preparing for tomorrow for our 1 rep max push press, if that's what you're going to be doing tomorrow. Hope so. Hope to see you. All right, so shake it out. Grab this pillow and put it off to the side. We're going to guide ourselves to our backs, but before you do, grab the thing that's lengthening your reach. So for me, it's a strap. For you, it might be a scarf or something else, like a belt. Make sure that you have blocks nearby if you want them to be able to reach for them. But we're going to come to our backs here and then hug your knees into your chest for a moment and just sway from side to side. Massage your low back on the floor. Then plant both feet, keep your knees bent, but grab your right foot and strap the whatever it is that you have, a scarf, a belt, or something right underneath your foot, along the arch or along the ball of the foot. Then extend your leg long towards the sky, keep the foot flexed. Now, the knee can remain slightly bent. We want to really protect the hamstring. We're not trying to go into like so much sensation here. We're just trying to go for restoration. The opposite leg can stay bent, or if you're able to and it feels good for you, you can lengthen it. And then from here, you're just going to hold the strap or the scarf. You can even wrap it around your hands to give yourself additional support. But I want you to relax your shoulders down towards the floor so that your shoulders are not doing any work. They're just holding the thing that you have. And then your foot is flexed, but you're not doing the work of flexing it. The strap or belt that you're using is doing the work of flexing the foot for you. So this is more of a it's more of a position that you're just letting it be rather than you doing it. You're not doing the action of it, but rather letting the strap do the work for you. And we're gonna take this leg and we're gonna cross it over the midline. So you're going over towards the opposite side. You're gonna take the strap and put it, the whole strap, into your left hand, and then let your right hand open up to the side. So shoulder blades are still on the ground, and your leg, you're just letting it cross over as far as it can go until you feel sensation along the outer hip into the glute. So we're not going into an extreme twist. It's only till you feel a sensation here. You may feel along the whole leg or maybe only a part of the leg. And then your gaze can stay either up at the ceiling or you can look over to the right hand if you want to take a little bit more of a twist. And just breathe. And now we're going to take that leg. If your gaze is over to the right hand, turn your gaze to the ceiling guide the leg back to the center, and now switch hands. So now your right hand is going to have the strap or whatever it is that you have, and let the leg fall over to the outside. Opposite arm opens up, both shoulder blades down. Again, only going as far as your leg allows you to go until you feel a sensation. And if you want, you can look over towards the left hand. If you feel like you're contracting your quad, like you're squeezing your quad or any other muscles in your legs, see if you can relax them. Again, this is more passive. We're trying to not put a lot of action into it. We're just letting the strap do the work for us. And on this next breath, allow yourself to guide the leg back to the center, bend the knee, and take the strap off of the bottom of the leg. Bounce out those legs. You can lengthen both of them. Whew. See how it feels compared to the leg that's been inactive this whole time? And now we're going to switch to the other side. So bending both legs, planting your feet, taking the strap or whatever it is that you're using, putting it under the left foot this time, or the ball of the, either the ball of the foot or the arch, up to you. And then you're going to grab it with both hands. Let your shoulders melt down to the floor. Your arms, again, they're not doing any work. Your shoulders are not doing any work. Keep your leg with this micro bend in it, and only going to that part where you feel sensation, but no pain. The opposite leg can be long or it can be bent with the foot flat on the floor. It's up to you. But I invite you to, once you have this pose, find stillness. It's 8:30, so if you need to hop off, I understand. But if you want to stick around, we'll be here for about 4 more minutes or so before we wrap up our practice. On your next breath, we're going to now take that leg and cross the midline. So take the strap into your right hand, let that leg cross over, going only as far as you feel any sort of sensation. Again, not going for a super twist here. Maybe your hip just slightly lifts up off the ground. Maybe it lifts up a little bit more. It's up to wherever your edge is. Left arm reaches to the side with the shoulder blade down. Gaze either up towards the ceiling or over towards the left hand. And once again, I invite you to notice if you're doing any sort of work. So remember, this is more passive. If you are flexing your foot yourself, and I just want you to just relax it. Just let it be. Let the strap do the work. Your right arm is doing work because it's holding onto the strap, but other than that, let go. And then we'll take another breath and start to guide the leg back to the center. And then switching hands, putting the strap in your left, letting the leg fall over outwards to the side. Right arm goes to the right side, gazing either up at the ceiling or over to the right hand. Sometimes it's helpful to put your right hand on your right hip to keep, just guide it down if it's feeling like it's lifting up. It's up to you if you want to or not. Just a suggestion. And then on your next breath, taking your time, bend the leg and start to guide it back to the center. And then remove the strap that you have around the foot. And then set it off to the side. Now we're going to take our final resting pose here. Before you do, if there's anything else you want to do, maybe hug the knees into the chest, roll from side to side, take a happy baby, whatever you want, go ahead. And then I recommend that you put a pillow or something underneath the knees for additional support as you lie down on the floor. You can also, if you have anything else, like a blanket or something, put it across your belly, because when we do that, when we add weight to the belly, it signals to the body that you're safe, that you are relaxed, which is activating the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest part of our nervous system. We are always in the sympathetic nervous system in our society, and where it's the accelerator of our nervous system. And so this is the time to invite in that relaxation and allow your body to release, to rest and digest. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Melt into the floor and breathe. If you'd like to stay here and just rest a little bit longer, feel free to do so. You can just quietly log off and just let yourself rest. But if you're ready to start getting out of this, then start to invite a deep breath in and out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Extend the arms long overhead and reach from your fingertips down to your toes. And then roll over to your side, whichever side you want. Hug the knees into the chest. Rest your head on your arm for a little moment of gratitude. Giving yourself thanks for this time that you've given yourself. Inviting rest and restoration to your body. Gently press into the floor beneath you to guide yourself to a seat. Bringing your hands to your lap or to your heart. And now I'd like to thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this evening. The light in me loves and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.